No, no, I don't know. I don't know. Slice the mango. Yeah. Slice the mango. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Serious stuff. Serious stuff.
I'm excited to say we're gonna do well, but I don't know how that translates to money for us unless we have shares.
Okay, so on the long run, yeah.
Hello, distinguished colleagues. Good evening. Good evening, colleagues.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, Chairman.
Good evening,
all.
our able chairman.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chairman.
Good evening.
How are we today?
We are good, sir.
Informally, happy new year. We're not
Campaign.
writing SFM. Let's just be interacting among ourselves. We can see the list of members, so we can just be calling each other's name and interact. We're not writing SFM class or advanced tax. We've passed that level long ago. We're not even writing a case study. So let's interact in the next
If you don't enter our
in the
blood.
next 3 minutes. We'll start.
All of us were preparing.
In the next 3 minutes, we'll start the
Seems to
meeting
be
formally. So
serious,
let's
oh.
interact. Bolaji, Siaka, how are you? Madam Aking Pelu, Happy New Year. Deji West, I can see you reporting for duty.
My chair, Happy New Year,
How are
sir.
you, sir? God bless you.
Happy New Year, sir.
Happy New Year.
Funaya Chukwedo.
Happy New Year.
I'm still loyal. Ah, Mama Lydia Ajayi, I see you. Well done, well done.
On the Chartered Institute of Security.
Mr. Adams, well done.
Happy New Year, sir. Good evening, everybody.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. Temitope Yomi Adeyemi, I greet you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year.
Please, let's just interact for the next 2 minutes so we can start the meeting.
Everybody that has 3 times. What time?
Okay, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's 6:10. That's 10 minutes past 6. So we need to start the meeting right away so that we can finish on time. Before we do anything, this is the first meeting of the year. So can somebody who is spirit-led, filled by the Holy Spirit, to give us a very short but powerful opening prayer? It can be from any of the religion. Short but powerful opening prayer. Thank you very much. Somebody who is led by the Spirit. Thank you.
Father, in the name of Jesus,
Amen.
the Almighty, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for this year. This is a new year that you have brought us together as a group, as a district, and as an association, and as a representative of this great nation, Nigeria. Jehovah, as we proceed into this first meeting of the year, Lord, journey with us.
Amen.
Direct us, guide us in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to move this district forward, the institute, and the nation at large forward. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen. Can you give us your full name and your membership number, please, sir?
Okay, my name is Ayo Dele Olatunji, FCA, membership number 2436.
Thank you very much for that prayer. Please, can we give them a round of applause? Can we give the Lord a round of applause? Let's give the Lord a round of applause for bringing us here to yet another beautiful year. Let's clap for ourselves and clap for the Lord for bringing us to another beautiful year, for taking us through, and for bringing us back again. We thank God, we give glory to God, and we say this year shall be a better year in Jesus' name. So, may we have the agenda for the meeting displayed, please? Secretary, agenda for the meeting, please. Okay, so we have the agenda of the meeting displayed. Opening prayer, apologies, technical session, reading adoption of the minutes, matters arising, steward's report, any other business, adjournment and closing. Is this agenda sufficient for the meeting of today? Do anybody have anything to add or to subtract? Please, let's try and organize it and it takes me very fast. Our end point should be 8 o'clock maximum. Okay, if there is no objection, can someone remove a motion to adopt the minutes, the motion to adopt the agenda for discussion for liberation of today? A motion, please.
I move a motion to adopt the agenda. Temitope Yomi Adeyemi, MB 14002.
Okay.
I support the motion. Benson Iduboy.
Membership number?
8608.
Okay, thank you very much. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So this agenda has been adopted for the purpose of our deliberation today, the 12th day of January 2023. And so say aye. The next item is apologies. The Secretariat, can you display any apologies that were received for today's meeting? Was there any apologies received for today's meeting, Secretariat?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. I'm not sure we received any apologies for today's meeting.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Assistant General Secretary. Thank you. The next item on the agenda, please, can you go back to the second slide? Thank you. The next item on the agenda today is our technical session, which will be on a very important subject matter and to be delivered by very important dignitaries that has made so much interest, have shown so much interest in the affairs of ICAN Lagos and Digital Society. I'm talking of no less organization than Linkage Assurance PLC, that has given us some of the best, some of the most resourceful members of the district, and has supported us in so many ways. And today, they are also trying to support us by giving us a lecture on insurance products, knowledge sharing. And to take this in the company of his other colleagues is Mr. Sunday Ozoma. Mr. Sunday Ozoma is a chartered insurance practitioner who has had so many years experience in the insurance industry. He's currently the senior manager special risk in Linkage Assurance PLC, where I'm sure special risk involves the oil and gas, the engineering, and some of those technically sound risk management risk that insurance companies carry. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, it is my humble duty and pleasure to invite Mr. Sunday Ozoma, Senior Manager, Special Risk Insurance PLC, to give us the technical session. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, sir, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, everyone. All protocol duly observed and standing on the existing protocols. I'd like to say it's a big privilege and honor for us members of Linkage Assurance PLC to be amongst you in this your humble group and a group of professionals. We are very, very elated and glad to be part of this body as co-professionals. And we really want to appreciate this time that you've given us. My name is Ozoma Sunday, like our chairman said, and I handle the special risk for Linkage Assurance PLC. But I have someone also with me, my colleague. His name is Oluwaseun Oyelere. He's the technical team lead and manager for the financial institutions and corporate direct corporates. So he handles this class of business, and he's a very, very technically sound member of our team. He's a well-grounded member of our team. He's also a chartered insurer with very long years of experience in the industry. He has done well. He's actually our young representative in Africa right now in the insurance industry. I welcome to the podium Oluwaseun Oyelere. So please come on board and take us on this lecture. And I believe that I'll just be by the side if there are contributions I can make. But I'm very, very confident that our time here will not be a wasted venture. Seun, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sunday Ozoma. Thank you very much, everyone. Once again, my name is Oyelere Oluwaseun Isaac, and I want to especially thank the ICAN body, the Lagos district, for giving us the opportunity to share our knowledge with group of professionals here present. I would also like to maintain the existing protocol, and I will just present my slide while I believe that we don't have much time, so I may be a bit pacey with my presentation, but I believe that if there are questions, we can actually just draw my attention, and then I'll be able to the best of my knowledge, provide responses to those questions. So in a moment, I will be presenting my my slide. Just a moment, please. Please, can we see the slide?
Not yet.
Is it up now?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. So
up now.
quickly, I will be speaking to the slide. I may not follow the slide as it's been arranged, but I'm sure that I will be able to discuss everything that is in the slide within the next couple of minutes. All right, so I'll be looking at general product knowledge, and with focus on general insurances. And what I will be doing today will just be focusing on products that are personal in nature, while I would not want to build so much on corporate policies. Why? Because as far as insurance is concerned, it's widespread and it cuts across a variety of products. So I will be focusing on just the private personal insurances. Now, in terms of private insurances, I will be looking at those ones that are very peculiar to us, that are going to be of much importance to us as individuals. First and foremost, more common is the motor insurance policy. And then I'll quickly look at fire insurances, and then possibly look at some engineering class of businesses that are of interest to individuals, and then the general accident insurances that are also of interest to individuals. All right, so without taking much of the time, let me just go into what we're looking at. So we're focusing really on knowing what products we offer as Linkage Assurance PLC that are of interest to you and will be of benefit to you. Then what this product covers, and then what are the requirements for these insurances to be offered to persons who would be interested in them. So these are the classes of products that I said we're going to look at. And let me just quickly slide into the first product, which is the motor insurances. Now, every one of us have reasons to actually insure our vehicles. I'm very sure that on this platform, I'm talking to persons who have vehicles, who make use of vehicles, and who would authorize any person to insure their motor vehicles. Now, without also wasting much time, just to briefly state that when we talk about motor vehicles in insurance, we are actually looking at any mechanically propelled vehicle. And for the purpose of insuring those mechanically propelled vehicles under motor insurance, those vehicles must have access to the public road or the highway. Now, of course, one of the oldest insurance products globally is motor insurance. When we talk about the father of them all, which is marine, and then we move to fire insurances. And the next we can talk about is motor insurances. Now, the reason why motor has become so prominent all over the world, and also, of course, backed by statutes, is the fact that there are instances where you see victims of road accidents not being compensated or not being taken care of by the person that have caused injuries to them. You have cases of people who would hit your vehicle and they will run away. We have cases of people who would hit road users, pedestrians, and then the pedestrian will be lying unattended there on the road. So for that reason, it became very important that governments across the world make the insurance of motor vehicles very mandatory for citizens. And as such, today we can say motor insurance is one of the compulsory insurances that we have globally, and then in Nigeria to be specific. Now, but it is not all the classes of insurances, the class of cover under motor insurances that are compulsory. Now, the major compulsory insurance that we have right now is the third-party insurance. Of course, you see people say, police let me pass. I just want to get my vehicle license, and then the licensing office says you have to get an insurance. Just give me any insurance. I don't care which company is giving it. I don't care whether it is valid or not. So that is third-party insurance cover. And of course, when you want to renew your licenses today, the VIS and the likes will ask you evidence of you having insurance. And then, of course, they don't expect you to provide the widest cover, but they expect that you would have the minimum cover, which is the third-party insurance. Now, the funny thing is that a lot of people have these insurance covers, on their vehicles, but they do not know to what extent they can benefit under this insurance. They do not know what exactly this insurance covers. And as such, sometimes they even have claims on those policies that they could actually present to the insurance company, but they do not even know that they have the right to make such claims of the insurance company. Now, the third-party motor insurance cover provides three major covers for you, for any person who has this insurance cover. First and foremost, it covers damage to your vehicle. All right, damage to the vehicle of a third party. Now, when we say third party, it means the person that is being covered by that insurance is not the owner of the vehicle that is insured. It's not any member of the family of the owner of the vehicle, and it is not any employee of the owner of the vehicle. So the person who is classified as a third party is someone who is outside of the vehicle, a pedestrian, other road users, other persons whose property are along the roadside, whose property can be damaged by your use of your vehicle or by your permission of someone else to use your vehicle. Now, in terms of the cover that you get, so I said, first and foremost, this cover provides you protection for damage to the property of others, other road users, who we call the third party. Aside that, you are also able to get compensation where injury is caused to other road users. If disability occurs from an accident involving the use of a vehicle, and the worst case that can actually happen in that incident is death of such persons that are third parties. Now, where this happens, the regulation that made motor insurance compulsory requires that the cover for damage to people's property is up to the tune of 1 million. While for injuries, disabilities, and deaths, it is unlimited. Now, the reason is because you cannot actually predefine the cost of injuries that you would cause to someone. And of course, because it is life that is involved, it is very difficult to place value on life, all right, in the event that death occurs. So most of the times it is subject to either an out-of-court settlement or a court settlement, as the case may be. Now, the third cover that you get under this third-party cover is what we call the legal cost, or what we call solicitor's fee. Now, in the event that there is damage to someone else's property, or there has been injury caused to someone or death to someone, now the nature of the incident could result in litigation. And then as the owner of the vehicle, upon the notice of the insurance company, you would want to defend yourself in some cases. We've had instances where a particular section of the road has been marked as not for passerby, right? And then you see someone walk on that particular aspect of the road, and then there's an accident, and then you want to say to yourself, anyway, this person actually was guilty, or you have instances where a person is driving on the wrong way, and then of course, probably you're guilty of the accident, but the fact that the other person drove on the wrong way also make the person get into a breach of the law, and as such you want to defend yourself, or you could have other reasons why you want to defend yourself. Now litigations ensue, and then the insurance company, since they are aware and they have granted permission that you go on with the litigation, they actually have the responsibility to take care of the cost of that litigation, right? And then it's also possible that following the litigation, the plaintiff, right, who is the person injured now, can even win the case against you, and the legal cost of that person is transferred to you. That becomes a liability that the insurance company may have to take up, of course, under the policy. So those are the three benefits that this policy offers you. Now, the second cover that we have under the motor insurance is what we call the third-party fire and theft. Now, this is not common, right? It's not common like you would have a third-party cover. Now, what that does is to say, I am going to give you cover for third-party. Everything that third-party insurance covers is available to you. But in addition to that, we are going to compensate you if your vehicle now, third party, does not cover damage to your own vehicle. It only covers damage to the other person's vehicle. Now, but with third party fire and theft cover, you now have an insurance cover that says, I will compensate you for damage to your own vehicle now, only if damage to your vehicle is caused by fire or theft of the vehicle. So you have instances where someone is driving his vehicle and for whatever reasons, mechanical issues, some other issues, the vehicle goes into flame and then gets burnt, damaged, either partly. Now, by this particular insurance, you have compensation for that. Then if the vehicle is also stolen, this cover actually takes care of that. Now, you now have what we call the most comprehensive cover, the widest cover in motor insurance, which you call the comprehensive insurance cover. Now, this is the widest. Why? Because the nature of cover that it provides, the protection it offers you is much wider. One, it covers everything that third-party insurance covers. And two, beyond third-party insurance cover, it covers you for theft of your vehicle. And it also covers you for damage to your vehicle resulting from fire or explosion of the vehicle. Now, but beyond that, it not also covers you for what we call an accidental collision or overturning of your vehicle. So in the event that there is, which is the most common accident you see on a daily basis, head-on collisions, and on some cases you have instances where vehicles somersault for whatever reasons. Now, this is also covered. Now, beyond that, it also covers you for what we call malicious damage. Now, you have instances where your vehicle is parked somewhere and vandals will come and get away with the brain box, or sometimes vandals will come and then they will steal the pointer, or they will steal the side mirrors and the likes. Your vehicle can be vandalized and even the content of the vehicle taken away. Now, in that instance, that is a malicious damage. All right. Where you have such situations, comprehensive insurance is what can take care of that cover, that loss or damage that you have suffered. Now, these are the two major covers that you find in comprehensive. It covers you for third-party liabilities, and then it now also covers you for damage to your vehicle by accidental collision, by overturning, by fire, by theft, by malicious damage, right? So these are things that comprehensive insurance offers you. Now, but then comprehensive insurance as it is can be wider than these two that I've mentioned, these two large categories that I've mentioned, depending on the type of vehicle you are insuring. And that now takes us to the type of product that we have in motor insurance. Now, we have what we call the private motor insurance. We have the commercial vehicle insurance. For those that have the motorbike, power bikes, we have what we call the motorcycle insurance. Now, for those that sell vehicles, of course, if you sell vehicles, you are auto dealer, then you have what we call the motor trade insurance policy. Now, if you have a private motor insurance, there are three things that you enjoy which I've mentioned two of them earlier under the comprehensive cover. One is damage to your vehicle by those incidents that I mentioned earlier. Now, the second thing that you get is compensation for your own liability to third parties. That means when you have caused damage to someone else's vehicle or property, or where you have caused injury to someone else. Now, the third thing that you get covered under the private motor insurance, if you have a comprehensive cover, is medical expenses to the occupants of your vehicle in the event of an accident. So where there is an accident and occupants of your vehicle gets injured, right? They are entitled to what we call medical expenses cover, all right, up to a limit as defined by the policy that you have purchased. Now, this is what you have covered in private motor insurance. But if you have a commercial vehicle insurance, which could include where you have a vehicle used for Uber purpose, that's hire cars, if you have buses, if you have trucks, if you have vehicles like e-locks, your own personal commercial vehicles, e-locks and the likes. Now, they are commercial vehicles. Now, when you have comprehensive insurance on these kinds of vehicles, now you are entitled to what we call towing disabled vehicle benefits. Now, which means you have three benefits. First, damage to your vehicle. Second, liability to third parties, like I mentioned earlier. Then the third one, which is different from what you have in private motor cover, is towing disabled vehicles. Now, what does that mean? Now, in the comprehensive cover for a commercial vehicle, you have what we call, there are instances where you would want to assist someone in towing his vehicle following a breakdown on the road. Most likely, of course, to a very nearby mechanic workshop or to a more safer place. Now, when you use your own vehicle for an assistance in towing a broken down vehicle, so long as you are not being paid for it, because when you get paid for it, that means you have entered into another contract with that person. So if you do this for free, right, damage to your vehicle while towing the other person's vehicle will also be covered, but not damage to that other person's vehicle, because he is meant to have his own insurance. But if your vehicle gets damaged while trying to help someone tow his vehicle off the road, then you have compensation to get from the insurance company. Now, that's that for commercial vehicle insurance. Now, for motorcycle, the difference is that in a comprehensive cover for motorcycle insurance, where you have your power bikes, your dispatch bikes, your tricycles, and the likes, you only have two covers available to you: damage to your vehicle, to your tricycle or to your motorbike, and then injuries to third party or damage to the property of third party. Those are the two covers that you get for motorcycle. Now, let me be more specific in terms of motorcycle insurance, in terms of comprehensive insurance. There are things you get as benefits in a comprehensive insurance. One, beyond just damage to your vehicle, beyond just damage to third party property or injuries to them, you also have benefits of towing of your own vehicle when it is damaged. So when your vehicle gets broken down, you have benefits, what we call towing limits, right? The cost of towing your vehicle to a safer place is also coverable under the comprehensive insurance cover. Okay, so that is also an additional benefit that you enjoy. Now, as at December 2022, something happened in the insurance market, which is currently being applied in our market today, which has to do with the new premium rates for motor insurance. Now, for those of us that are used to motor insurances, you realize that for your third-party insurances, you pay 5,000 as premium. And then for that 5,000, you get only 1 million limit of cover for damage to third-party property. But there has been a change in the market today. Now, for your private car, the premium for third party now is 15,000 naira. So let not anyone deceive you that when you pay 5,000, you have a valid insurance. No, has changed. Now, the premium now is 15,000 naira. Now, for that 15,000 naira now, you now have an increased limit of 3 million as against the former 1 million. But if you have a commercial vehicle, if it is own goods includes likes of your Hilux, all right, your mini vehicles. Now, the limit is now 5 million for damage to people's property, while the premium is now 20,000. For staff buses, for those that operate, that have commercial business and you have staff buses, your premium now is 20,000 for staff buses, while the limit of cover for damage to property of others is 3 million now. For those that have trucks, articulated trucks that carry all these trailer trucks, tanker trucks, and lights, the premium for that is now 100,000 naira, while the limit of cover is 5 million. Now, for special types would include those that have ambulances, all right, those that have cranes, tractors, and like bulldozers. Now, the premium for that is 20,000, and the limit of cover is 3 million. For tricycles, NAPEPs, the likes, is 5,000 as premium, and the limit of cover is 2 million. Then for motorcycle, that's your power bikes, your dispatch bikes, the premium is 3,000 now, as against the former 1,500. And then the limit of liability is 1 million. Now, you realize that here, we're not talking about injuries or deaths to third parties, because that remains unlimited. Now, for the comprehensive insurance cover, the regulator says the minimum premium that can be charged for comprehensive insurance cover in the market today is now 5% of the sum insured. 5% of the sum insured. That means 5% of the value that you have placed on the vehicle. So that is the cover that we have right now in motor insurance. That's the premium and the limit of liability we have in the motor insurance business today. Having said that, now, beyond just you having those covers that we mentioned under the comprehensive cover, you can now buy what we call extensions. Now, extensions will come by additional premium. They are not often free. Now, but then if you negotiate with your insurance company, now you can get some of these benefits free, but maybe not all that you get as free. Now, there's what we call excess buyback. Now, let me explain what that is. Now, someone will say, and sometimes people say insurance companies are not truthful. Now, for this, excess buyback would mean that for every loss that you present to the insurance company, there is an amount that you bear, right? There's an amount that you bear for every loss. Now, you can decide to now say to the insurance company, I want that particular amount that I should bear to be transferred back to the insurance company. By so doing, you have to pay an additional premium to do that. There's also flood damage. Your vehicle could be damaged by flood, right? Storm can occur and then your vehicle become affected. Now, there could be riots and strike, civil commotion. Remember this incident of NSAS, where a lot of property were damaged. Now, with this extension in your policy, you have this cover when such incidents occur. And it becomes important that we become mindful of this current year we are into, which is an election year. We never can tell what happens, and then the economy also is getting tougher. So you can also have incidents where hoodlums, will attack some environments, and then property will get damaged. Personal effect, your personal effect, like your laptop, your phones, can be damaged while on your vehicle. They can be taken away while on your vehicle. You can have cover for them as well. Now, when you have taken your vehicle to an auto repairer for repairs, your vehicle could be further damaged while in custody of an auto repairer. You can have an extension to cover that as well. You can also have your passengers. The passengers in your vehicle can also lose their belongings following an accident. You can have a cover for that as well. Now, the various policy limits, the third-party property damage limit that we said was 1 million and has now changed to 3 million for private cars. You can decide to tell insurance company, increase it to 10 million, to 7 million, and the insurance company will consider it, and then they will charge the appropriate premium. So these are extensions that you can buy for your motor insurance covers. Now, for your insurance policies, the insurance company, to give you your cover, they will ask you for your vehicle license. They will ask you for the value of your vehicle. It's very important. They would ask to know the nature of ownership of your vehicle. Who owns your vehicle? Do you have is your vehicle part financed? Do you have the interest of a bank or a mortgage bank or a financing leasing company on your vehicle? They want to know. You know, the pictures of your vehicle they want to see, so that they are able to know that the vehicle is in good state and others. So these are some of the requirements that insurance companies will request from you. I don't know if there is any question at this point that I can quickly take if we have enough time to do that. Any question from the house? I hope I've not been too fast. I hope I've not lost anyone.
Sure.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes, I'm with you.
40 minutes for this presentation. So maybe we might just round up with just motor today, and probably some other time we might have more time to do other classes.
All right. Okay. So with that, maybe we should just take questions. If there are any questions, if there are questions on this particular product that we have mentioned, which is the motor insurance product, we'll be willing to take those questions. Any question from the house?
So my hand is up. I hope you can.
Okay. See. All right. Okay. I can see. Okay. I can see the hands raised now. Okay. You can go ahead, madam.
Good evening, and thank you very much for this session. Quite enlightening. Maybe it should be two questions wrapped up in one. Okay. Your last statement actually spurred this one on made me to ask the question. You said. Okay. I was wondering if someone has the right to insure a property over which he has no insurable interest. I'm sure you'll be able to explain that better.
Yes.
I mean, the property doesn't belong to me.
Yeah.
Or maybe it belongs to, it's a joint ownership. Let's assume a block of flats or an apartment. That's very common these days.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, all of us can come together and contribute money and insure the property jointly. That's number one. Is it possible? Number two, you just mentioned the loss of a passenger in your vehicle. You can extend your cover to the loss of a passenger. I mean, the asset or whatever, the property don't belong to you. So do you have an insurable interest, and would it be right to do that? Or to whom would the compensation be paid? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. Let me quickly take that, those two questions. Now, your two questions actually borders around what we call the principles of insurable interest in insurance. Now, it is possible for two or more persons who have joint interest. Now, the interest that is legally recognized, so actually come together to insure the same property. Now, you could have two or more persons who have contributed finances to actually purchase a property. You have situations where two persons will contribute money to buy a building, and eventually they divide the building into two wings of flats, right? So you take your wing, I take my wing. Now, in that instance, both of them have insurable interest in the building. Now, but their interest is limited to the amount they have contributed to the purchase of the property. So there's always a limit to what that interest is. But then the interest must be legally recognized, which means that there must be a legal backing for that interest. And that is why we always say that, for instance, you cannot say, we have situations where someone has a car, maybe my sister had a car, and my sister traveled out and gave the car to me. And then because my sister had insurance on his car, on her car rather, I decided to just drive around with our own insurance and with our own vehicle licenses. Now, when there is a claim, the insurance company will say to me, you don't have interest because the ownership of the car has not been legally transferred to you. So you need to obtain legal ownership of the car. The same thing applies to other property that we think or that we can imagine. If you don't have a legal ownership or an evidence to prove that you are a legal owner or you have legal interest, financial in the property, you cannot actually insure. That is the defining factor. But then 2 or more persons whose legal interest, whose legal financial interest in the property is known, can actually insure the property. Now, the second question has to do with insuring the property of a passenger. Now, of course, it is normal to say I am not responsible to the people that I have carried in my car. However, duty of care, the principle of duty of care requires that you have some kind of responsibility to ensure that the people that you have carried in your car are safe. Note, not under any contract. But if you have received money from them to carry them in your vehicle, then there's a contract. You are legally responsible to them for their safety. So, but then you have instances where accidents will occur and then the persons in your car, by virtue of you just wanting to be responsible, right? You're saying to the insurance company, well, if I carry people in my car and anything happens, I just want to be a good citizen, and then I want to just have some compensation for them up to a limit. So the insurance company will be concerned about what the limit is in that regard, and so as such, they can give you cover for damage to their property or loss of their belonging even while on your car. So in that case, the compensation comes to you because you are the person insured, but then you may have actually incurred such expenses, all right, to compensate them for loss of their property. And as such, you can have that covered in your motor insurance if the extension is available. I hope I'm able to answer your question sufficiently.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Lukman Sulaiman.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, my question is, let me just go back to the event of fire incident that happened at Long Bridge and around that where many cars were burnt, destroyed, and even many lives were lost.
Yes.
Due to petroleum tanker explosion. So I want you to explain to us if a comprehensive insurance covers such an incident, or because from your explanation you made mentions of those categories of an incident that are covered by such like an head-on collision, all those things. Yeah. So you didn't mention something of this nature. I just want you to just put light on that, and thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Just to clarify that, see, the comprehensive insurance, if you look at the perils, include lightning, self-ignition, fire, explosion is also part of what is covered. So if the vehicle explodes, right, that is covered under comprehensive cover. If another vehicle explodes and the fire from that explosion spreads to the vehicle that has been insured, then damage to that vehicle is also covered. So explosion by whatever means, as long as it involves the vehicle that you have insured, is actually covered under comprehensive type of cover. I hope that is clear.
Yes, thank you very much. My question has been.
All right, Mr. Olukayode Tijani.
Please, we have just 3 more minutes to go. We have 3 minutes to go.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Olukayode.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah, there is something that I have personally encountered where an insurance, my insurance arguing with me that I should not have accepted that I am wrong unless I have a police confirmation. I hit somebody from the back and I believe I am the one that is wrong. Eventually, they were telling me I should have asked the police to come in. I see this as some of the reasons why people are always arguing on the road, even when their vehicle are insured. What is the situation? What type of documentation? How do I know whether I am at fault, and when should I accept that I am at fault? And what should I be asking for? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Olukayode, for your question. It's a very good question that you asked, and of course, it's one of the questions that people would always ask. And the answer to the question is it's very straight. If you know you are at fault, of course you are at fault. Once you know you are at fault. Now, but the only thing is that where there is third party involved in any situation, it is always best to have a police report. And the police report will confirm and also buttress that you were at fault. All right. So what the insurance company is concerned about is to be sure that, yes, you are at fault. But if you have written it in your statement of loss that you are at fault, there is no reason why anyone should doubt that you are at fault if you have written a statement to claim that. All you need to just do is back up that statement by a police report which affirms that you are at fault. But you know, sometimes some of us are scared of going to the police to report that we are at fault. And as such, being unable to provide that report will come to feel, okay, we don't have any legal evidence that you are at fault. But then that's just a very tiny issue to be addressed. If your statement of law says you are at fault, then it has given that you are at fault. The only reason why one can be saying get a police report is if you are saying you are not at fault and the third party says you are at fault. Where such argument now ensue, then a police report now comes in where the police is able to say, okay, this is actually the person who is at fault. But when your statement of loss says I was at fault, then the insurance company has no reason to doubt the statement made by you, because that is the major proof that they should rely on. So I don't know if there are other reasons why they are asking for that to be done, but your statement of loss should be the authentic basis for admitting liability.
And so I wanted to add to it that the police report might be made very, very important in the advent of any bodily injury or death being involved. Third party bodily injury or death requires a police report. If it is just property damage, your insurance company can actually waive it if, just like Shehu said, your statement of loss states that you are at fault. But the basic reason why an underwriter would say, okay, give us a police report or don't admit liability is because they just want to put the insurance on their toes so that we don't get, some insurance companies feel if they don't do it like that, people tend to get reckless and just deliberately just go ahead and just hit someone and all that. But that is not enough reason for anyone to hold on to your claim not being paid. So where it requires a police report, basically, importantly, is when it involves bodily injury or death, third-party bodily injury or death. Thank you. I hope that helps also.
All right. So
thank you very much. Can you just round up?
All right. So
thank you.
Okay, I don't know, Mr. Agbola Olaole, I hope we'll be able to answer your question from what has been said earlier.
Thank you very much. Wale Agbola is my name, member 045312. My question is that let's assume somebody hit my car now. What are the necessary documents I need to ask or I need to get from the third party?
Okay.
Instead of argue with him or her.
All right. So quickly, just so that, and I'll round up with that with my response to this. Now, what you need to do is one, I have a picture of the incident showing
Okay.
that the person actually hit you from whatever end of the vehicle. Number
Okay.
two, the first thing you ask the person is, does the person have insurance? Once the
Okay.
person says, I have insurance, and of course, there's no reason why anybody should use a vehicle on a road without the minimum third-party insurance.
Okay.
So once the person has insurance, you don't have any argument to make any longer. Just pick a copy of the person's insurance
Okay.
with a picture of the incident and
Okay.
send it to your insurance company. That's all. The insurance company knows how to go after the other person's insurance company to claim whatever is due to you on your behalf, but they will take care of your vehicle. Your insurance company takes care of the vehicle and use that certificate that you have provided them to confirm or make claim against the person's insurance. Insurance.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, please, if the person does not have an insurance, what then happens?
If the person does not have an insurance, then there is a little to what you can do. But what you can do at that point in time is have the person you have to report that to the police. And then when you report to the police will have to hold the person responsible to make certain commitments towards the repair of your vehicle. Of course, sometimes we're able to get this done successfully, and sometimes you don't get it done successfully. But then effort made is more important for the insurance company to work with. If your effort enables you get anything from that person, then you have to let the insurance company know that you have something. But then if it doesn't work that way, just have a police report to show that the person was at fault. Unfortunately, probably the person could not actually make any compensation to you.
Chairman, sir, I have a question, sir. I don't know if I can go ahead.
Just go on quickly, just 1 minute so that we can round up this session. Insurance is very wide. If we continue now, we'll be here till tomorrow. So let's just this last question and then we can round up.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shehu. I have a question of an incident that just happened recently. There is a theft of laptop recently in my office, and 8 laptops were stolen. We identified during the investigation that it was insider theft. So the insurance company denies us a proof or a claim stating that it is insider. And type of insurance that we have all risk insurance, we have computer risk insurance, we have infidelity, we have burglary insurance. Okay. So I just want clarification that in what area are we at fault after having those insurances and still we are unable to get a claim for the theft of the laptops?
All right. Interestingly, of all the policies you've mentioned, you have a policy that should pay your claim. Now, yes, you have all risk policy, but because the theft of the laptop as confirmed by your investigation was by an insider, an employee. So your all risk policy will not pay that claim because loss or damage to your property by your employee, by your family members, all right, are not covered under the all risk insurance. But because the person is your employee, you have a fidelity guarantee insurance policy. That is a policy that should pay that claim without any questioning. Because that's the policy that covers loss of your property as a company resulting from act of infidelity, dishonesty of your employees. So confirm which insurance company covers you on your fidelity guarantee insurance and make your claim against that company.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shehu.
You're welcome.
You have a valid claim under your fidelity policy. You have a valid claim under your FG policy.
All right. I think with that, it's safe to say thank you very much, my chairman and the entire body. We are appreciative of the opportunity to be of service to you all with respect to improving insurance knowledge. We would always look for more opportunities to do this whenever the time comes. Thank you very much on behalf of myself, my senior colleague, Mr. Sunday Ozoma, and the company as well. We say thank you to you all.
Thank you, and thank you. Can we give him a round of applause, please? Can we just give him a round of applause, either virtually or as we can? Yes, I'm sure that if we begin to discuss insurance today, I'm sure they've not even scratched the surface. I know they have not scratched the surface, and I'm sure some of you have had some respite as to what you can do with your insurance and the kind of insurance. They've not gone to the type, they've not gotten to the point of telling us the kind of insurance that they can propose for us as a group, so that we are not caught up with this 5% and 15,000 naira policy. I'm sure if we come as a group, they know what to do. So I think that will be the next stage. I would say, Shehu and Ozoma, you guys need to think for us as Lagos and District what you can offer us as a group that we can take full advantage of, and at a very, very cost-benefit price. To this end, let me thank you, and let me ask Mr. Akinshola Kimbumi to give a vote of thanks to our distinguished paper presenters. Thank you very much. Akinshola, please. Mr. Akinshola, are you there? Okay, Bidemi Akinpelu there. Give me a vote of thanks to our paper presenters. Bidemi. This is serious. So I'm catching those who will just log in and they will not be on the call. Okay, may I invite the Deputy Vice Chairman, Mrs. Akimoladu, to give a vote of thanks. Some people will just key in and they will not be there. Mr. Akimoladu, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. On behalf of the distinguished members of Lagos and District Society, the district that your colleagues also belong, and the entire ESCO, we want to say thank you very much for taking your time to be with us and to enlighten us this evening. And we are not unmindful of the adverts that has followed, but we take it in their strides, knowing that you've also been there to support us. And I can say we can only get better. Thank you very much, and please do come again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bless you.
Yeah, thank you so very much, my people. You can safely log out now, so you can carry on your activity while the meeting continues. Thank you, Mr. Sunday and your colleague. You can log out now. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. Secretariat, can we have the next item of the agenda displayed? Okay. Reading adoption of the minutes. Can we have the minutes displayed, and the assistant general secretary, who is holding brief for the general secretary, walk us through the minutes?
Okay, thank you very much, sir, Mr. Chairman. Happy New Year to everyone in the house. Happy New 2023. So here's the minute of the general meeting held November 10, 2022. The first page has the attendance of the members of the executives in attendance. The page 2 has the other members of the district in attendance. The page 3 has the apologies. The page 4 has the details of the agenda. Can you let us know if you have any comments, additions or omissions with respect to the minutes of the meeting? Yes, so we have the page 4. The next page, please. The next page, please.
Hello, please, can you expand it? I'm not sure it's, can you expand so that people can follow? I can't even follow. Sorry, Madam Stanza.
Okay, so we're presently on page 7.
No, that's gone to page 7.
That has the details of the AOB. Page 8, please.
Okay, somebody's hand is up. Oh. I think
my chairman, my apology was not reflected. My apology was not reflected.
What page was that? Can you?
Page 3, Johnny Cecily.
3.
Apology.
Okay, point taken, sir.
Okay.
Okay, Chairman, good evening. It was reflected, though. Please check again. It was reflected.
Number 38. The last name on the apologies has Johnny Cecily. Thank you, sir. Secretariat, can you just take us back to so the last page, page 8, has the list of the birthday celebrants and the adjournment and closing prayer. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, please, can you go back to page? Can you go back up and just scroll down gently, please? Because it was so.
Okay, so take us back to page 4. That's the beginning of the agenda.
Okay, I can see.
Page 4, please.
Anastasia's hand is up. Okay, sorry. As General Secretary, can let Anastasia make a. Anastasia, go on. Anastasia, go on. Madam, can you unmute and say what you want and make your comment? Anastasia. Okay. Shall we go on? Shall we continue?
Okay, so page 5, please.
Okay. Continue. All right, go to the last page. I think we are done. Okay, so okay, that's fine. That's okay. Can somebody, if there's no objection, if there's no other correction, can somebody move a motion for adoption of the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I hereby move motion for the adoption of the minutes.
Your full name and the membership number, please.
Cletus Okoro, 3907.
Okay, thank you very much. Any seconder?
Mr. Chairman, I hereby second the motion for the adoption of the minutes.
Name and number, sir.
My name is Fali Benson. Membership number 030367.
Okay, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So the minutes has been adopted as representing the true representation of what happened in our meeting of November. Thank you very much. The next item on the agenda, no, matters arising. General Secretary, what are the matters arising? Assistant General Secretary,
Okay,
do you have any copies of the matters arising? Can you speak to them?
The matters arising will be the communications from the existing committees.
Okay. All right. So I didn't have a printed copy of the minutes with me. So let me just try and speak on a few issues. I think some of the issues that originate from the minutes, such as I will take that in conjunction with my stewardship reports, so that we can take them in one stride. Since I do not have a list of matters arising, and unfortunately, because it's a virtual meeting, I didn't have a copy, a physical copy of the minutes with me here. But I think some issues that are there was the fact that the road safety issue, the road safety marshal issue. Well, I think the training occurred. The training of the road marshals occurred after this meeting. I think we had that training. Is it on the 26th or 25th of November? 25th and 26th of November. So those are signified interest. I think 30. We are 37 that is signified interest, but I think 30 or 31 attended the training of the road safety, and we are at the verge of completing the process for formal launch. Unfortunately, the road safety does not want to launch their chapters in piecemeal, so they want to gather as much chapters as possible that they've approved. As a matter of fact, when our training took place, we were combined with two other groups, a church and another group that also applied, and their application was approved. So we were gathered together for our training, and those who attend the training know how interesting and how important it is. Well, for those who didn't attend, the road safety is here to determine what will happen if we are getting additional slots. Those who paid and didn't attend, I think the money will still be road safety. We have not gotten a clear path as to what will happen if you can recover your money, or if the money can be used for the subsequent training. That's those who pay for the kits, the 35,500 that will pay for the kits. So to that extent, but those who attended the training, I put up a communication yesterday. Please, if you have not indicated your name the way you want it, please do that. Go through the WhatsApp group and indicate your name the way you want it, because I will return the list back to them by tomorrow. So please, I do not want to, because some people were telling me, oh, they paid, they didn't know about the training. The training was on, the information was on the platform for more than 2 weeks after the date was approved. What was lacking was the venue, and when we got the venue, we were able to also publish it. So people say, oh, we paid, we didn't know, and all that. So please, now those who have done the training, I beg you in the name of God, go through the WhatsApp group. You will see wherever people are writing their name, put down your name the way it is. By tomorrow, latest by 12 o'clock, I will forward that authentic list back to the road safety for them to complete their processes. So that's for the road safety. I think the next one was the catch them young. That does not need any more. I think we have had a discussion on that. Okay, Bola Tito, I see your hand. Can you say what you want to say?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, my chair. I would like to know if we have a tentative date so that we can actually plan. Let it not be that they're getting back to us and they're just giving us a few days. I don't know if you have an idea of a tentative date for the final.
Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a tentative date. They are working in line with other things, and the date will be communicated to us. Certainly, it will not be a days or 2 days notice. I'm sure they will give us a date that is that will give everybody an ample opportunity to plan. So okay, so that's for that. I think the report on the academy has been done. Now the branding, I think that's another thing I saw, which let me also speak to. To God be the glory. The district has formally launched its own brand of items. The first time we're having this in the life of this district, that we're having a real brand. Yeah, we've had ad hoc t-shirts, ad hoc brands that we use for specific occasions. Like I remember when we had that match, that walk, some about 4 or 5 years ago, we had a t-shirt, but that was specific for that occasion. But what we have now is our branded t-shirt for our district and cap for all occasions, and they came in 3 colors. I want to thank the committee that worked on this. Very hard work, went about getting us the best, and that's the shirts and the cap. Remembering, their work is not completed because they've not given us the hand banner, the stickers, and other items that we need to use to promote our district. So let's thank them. And those who have not obtained their own copies of their own items should please pay their money. I think 7,000 before we increase the price. It's still 7,000. It was launched on our end of year party, and so I'm sure they still have copies. I will ask Kike to speak to that now. Mrs. Kike, can you please speak to that quickly? Kike Loma Bikele, the member secretary, can you speak to that as to how members can still get their own t-shirts, those who have not collected, those who have not paid? Hello. Hello. Okay, it's Bola Tito there. I think you're also a member of the committee. Bola Tito, can you speak on that?
Okay, sir. So for those that paid for the t-shirt, the branded t-shirt, and are yet to collect this t-shirt, we'll be posting on the platform the number to reach out to. So we have the district number. So we'll post the number there. You can always reach out to us for those that are yet to collect, and for those that are interested in getting this branded item. We will be available to quickly take your orders and also tell you about the logistics involved and all that. But for those that would want the items to be delivered to certain locations, there's a logistics, there's a delivery cost attached to it. So we'll just get across to you and pick it up from there. Thank you.
Okay, how many? Do you still have extra copies for those who didn't pay that can still collect?
Yes, so we still have branded t-shirts. Okay. So whoever is willing to have that.
Okay, so for me, it's compulsory for every member to at least get their own copies, their own set of those branded t-shirts, so that in every time we have group occasions, we use them. Okay, thank you very much. I think the next item too was our end of year party. We had our end of year party. Let me thank the committee. As a matter of fact, I thank them and the party, even though not everybody attended the party. Let me also thank them publicly here at the general platform, because these men and women, they virtually funded the party for us with their own resources. 80% of 60 to 80% of the resources used was funded by the committee, by the few men and women that took it upon themselves to give us a wonderful end of year party. Yeah, we had a good one, and I'm sure we will attest to that. I'm sure that next year it will be a much better one. So that's we can only progress forward. Well, I think for stewardship report, nothing much has happened between the last time that we met and now in terms of activity. We've just been revolving around the things I've just expressed. But something that is important of note was the fact that we visited some organizations still in the course of our visiting organizations. And one of the organizations we visited was PwC. That's PricewaterhouseCoopers. If you're not speaking, please mute your phone. If you're not, mute your device if you're not speaking. So we visited Pricewaterhouse, and I think we also visited Sanlam Insurance Company. These are the two visitations that we had, and within the period after we had our last meeting, and the results were very promising, and they were very good. PwC gave us open check on a number of things, especially collaborating with us on training, and which will be a source of, will give us wider coverage and wider access to a bigger market. If we are collaborating with PwC to organize training, I'm sure people will be more interested to attend. So we got such opening checks and other promises, which the ESCO will be working along to bring about its realization. So without wasting our time, let me go straight to furthermore to the building committee was also formally inaugurated in the December during the party, when we had our end of year party. The building committee has been fully inaugurated. All the members, I think 22 in number, were inaugurated, and they have started working. So this is one sore point in our district, that we don't have our own building, a building of our own. So the work of the building committee is to give us roadmap strategies and on how to raise the fund and how to build, let us have our own property, our own building of such. So if time permits, maybe through AOB, I will ask the chairman to make a brief remark. But for now, let me go straight to the issues on hand. Today is the 12th. We're expecting an August visitor. We expressed this in the last meeting. An August visitor on the 24th, being the 58th president of the district, of the institute. Sorry, he will be coming visiting our district on that day, 24th of January. It was difficult to get these dates, being the fact that the president is a very busy. His calendars were full, and so but we're able to get these dates. So let me call on the committee chairman, the vice chairman, Mr. Joshua Ansah, to brief the house on the process so far. Thank you very much. Mr. Joshua Ansah, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Chairman. My name is Joshua Ansah. I was appointed as the chairman of this committee, the Presidential Visit Committee and Allied Matters Committee. The Presidential Visit and Allied Matters Committee. Mr. Chairman, I do not know whether I could be allowed to share a little slide.
Oh, sure. Can he be? Please, Secretariat, can you allow him share?
Okay. Okay. Please, can you remove the agenda, please? Wait, Chairman, please let me go on without it, because I would love to be
Please go on.
fluctuating. Okay. So this committee was formed on this November 17th, and was inaugurated on November 24. You can see between November 24 and January 24 is just hello.
Please mute yourself. Mute yourself if you are not talking. Please mute yourself. Thank you. Go on, Mr. Answer.
Okay. Thank you so much. So you can see the period here is so short for this to plan for this presidential visits and the other matters which we are going to take up during the presidential visits. So we sprang into action since the inauguration of the committee on the 24th. So we had the mandate to plan for the Institute President's visits and also the investiture of the district patrons. Those two are to happen concurrently. And then members of the committee, please permit me to tell you members of the committee, myself, the chairman, Mr. Nectar Wilcox, a member, Dr. Martin Zigbeha is the secretary of the committee, Dr. Lumide Dedeji, member, Mrs. Choma Ifanyeze, member, Ms. Elizabeth Marioga, member, Mrs. Bolatito Akinyemi, member, Mr. Olatunji Bada, member, Mrs. Kikelemo Bikele, member, Mr. Joseph Okonkwo, member, Mrs. Tai Oshisanya, member, and Mr. Emmanuel Otitolaye, member. So in all, we are 12 in the committee. And so to fasten the work of the committee, we shared ourselves into 4 committees, subcommittees. And those were the Planning and Budget Subcommittee, the Fundraising Subcommittee, Publicity and Communication Subcommittee, the Contact and Mobilization Subcommittee. So those 4 committees were to work and ensure both the presidential visits and the inauguration of the investiture of the patrons took place on the 24th of January 2023. Now, we have the budget, which has been drafted by the whole committee. And this budget was based on, the venues. We had the venues in mind because the hotels do not charge the same. We had Oriental Hotel. When we put everything together, we had 6,000,005 naira. We had the Civic Center with a budget of 4,645,000. Eco Hotels and Suites, 6,340,000. LCCI Hall, 3,590,000. So you can see, even if you want to go for the list, we have so much money that we have to raise between now and the next 2 weeks to be able to secure this venue and at the same time be able to hold the presidential dinner. So based on the cost, and then we all went for the Civic Center. Civic Center is 4,645,000. 4,645,000. This is the money that we are looking for. And honestly, we are looking at everyone to help us to raise this money, not just the committee, but every member of this district. And we have organizations that we have the amount that the president. Hello.
What?
So everyone is hearing me. Okay. So we hope First Bank will accept us to take our president down there, and also PwC. And at this point, we also would want to appeal to all members that if you are in an organization that you know that our president can conveniently visit, please kindly reach out to us. Either you reach out to me or the chairman or the secretary, Dr. Martins Ibeha. Please reach out to us, tell us you would want our president to come to your organization. We will quickly, ensure that that is done, that all the arrangements regarding that is effected. Now, the ESCO has identified patrons, and I've written to the patrons, and they have accepted to be our patrons of the Lagos and District Society. The patrons we have identified include Mr. Brian, that is the MD of Linkage Assurance, Dr. Lubanjo, that is the chairman of Adebola Shobanjo & Co. Mr. Gani Musa, that is the MD of Cornerstone Insurance, and Mr. Uyi Akwata, that's that is the managing partner of PwC, and Pastor Itua Igudalo, managing partner SIAO. So these 5 patrons have been identified. These 5 patrons will have their investiture on the 24th during the dinner with the president. So we are going to have that investiture on the 24th during the dinner with the president. Now, the subcommittee had looked at models that we can fund this program. Of course, to raise 4.5 million now, it's not easy, but we have proposed some funding models that we know can really ensure with your assistance and with all your guide and help, we will be able to succeed to raise more than 4 million. In fact, we are having 10 million in mind to raise. And so we want every one of you to be involved. That's why we are giving this detailed, report. Now, we have, in the first instance, sponsorship by individuals and corporate organizations. The sponsorship by individuals and corporate organizations will take the form of gold sponsorship, silver sponsorship, and bronze sponsorship. Gold sponsorship is kept at a market value of 2,500,000. If your organization is able to give 2.5 million, of course, they can be one of our gold sponsors. The silver is 2 million, and the bronze is 1,500,000. Those 3 classes of sponsorship is identified by this subcommittee. Now, the benefits of gold sponsorship will be, the gold sponsorship will entitle the organization a space to display the company's products, to display their roll-up banner, company logo to appear on reception banner. And then they will have a full page advert in the events brochure and 10 presidential dinner tickets. I go back on that again. I wish there was a way that I can display this. I can project this. So it will entitle the organization to display the company's products, to have a roll-up banner, to have the company logo on our reception banner, and then a full page advert in the events brochure, and then 10 presidential dinner tickets, which is 1 table. Now the silver sponsorship is 2 million, and it will entitle the organization to display the company's products, to have a roll-up banner, to have the company logo to appear on reception banner, and then a full page advert in the event brochure, but with 5 presidential dinner tickets. That is half table. The silver sponsor will have half table. Now, the bronze sponsorship is 1.5 million, 1,500,000. It will entitle the organization or the company to have their roll-up banner, the company logo to appear on a reception banner, and then full page adverts in the events brochure, and then 4 presidential dinner tickets. Okay. So the second category of the models that we have identified that will enable us to have the money is donations from members and corporate bodies. This is where it concerns all members, donations from members and corporate bodies. We need your support for this program to succeed. As so far, since the beginning of this chairmanship year, we had decided that all programs should be self-funded so that we will be able to run the secretariat very well. So we need your donations. And also, if you are in a corporate body or you have a corporate body, we would want you to please help us ask your organization to support us by giving us some donations. The third category is fees from members to enable them to attend the dinner. Now, the presidential dinner is a special dinner. And if you would want to have a handshake with the president, please, we have just placed some fees that will enable you to, attend the presidential dinner. We want everyone to attend. And because of that, we have reduced the fee. The fee for a member to attend is 10,000 naira only. The fee for a couple, you can bring your wife or your husband. Fee for a couple is 15,000 naira only. And if you have a guest, you want to bring your guest along with you, we only want to charge 10,000 naira. So the husband, the wife, and then the guest can conveniently pay 25,000 naira, we will be okay. And then we'll give you access to come and dine with the president. Okay. And then the last category is subscriptions to the event brochure. The event brochure, of course, will have adverts, and we have adverts and congratulatory messages that will be, made to the patrons that we will have, that we have their investiture on that day. So for corporate advertisement rates, full page, we have put it at 200,000. Half page is 130,000. Quarter page is 75,000. Inside, front, and back page is 400,000 for corporate adverts only. For individual category, full page is 100,000, half page is 75,000, and quarter page is 45,000. Please, I am very sure, maybe Dr. Martins, you can help me just post this. I've sent to you, you just post it in the platform so that maybe members can look at it alongside.
Okay, I've heard you, sir.
Also sent to you. Hello?
Yes, I've heard you. I will post it after your presentation.
Okay, you can just post now. Of course, they can go along with
Apologies, Mike DVC. You've been made a co-host, so you can share your presentation while you still speak.
Yes, I have said that the network on my laptop is really fluctuating. I tried doing that, but it wasn't there. So that's why I'm using a different device.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And then, so participation by members can be by way of adverts. It can be by way of goodwill message. You can send messages to the, on behalf of the patrons to congratulate them. And like I had said, the presidential dinner is just 10,000 for you, 5,000 for your wife. That's couple is 15,000 for your wife or your husband, 15,000. And if you have a guest, you want to bring the guest along, it's 10,000 naira. It's going to be a good outing. It's going to be a place that you can actually market your products. You can market your firm. You can reach out, you can meet people. Of course, the presidential dinner, it won't just be a mean dinner. And also all the patrons that they will have their invitation on that day. They will come with their guests. And we know very well there will be, a lot of networking opportunities for you. So it is good that you come along and you come with your spouse. And then I will, at this point, we'll pause for Dr. Adedeji, who is the chairman of the publicity committee, to take on the remaining part of this presentation. Thank you. Dr. Adedeji. Hello, doctor. Okay, so if the doctor is not available, we will just post what we have here. And if you have questions, please, I am standing by to get the questions. So, and other members are here. We can always give you answers to those things that are not very clear. Thank you.
Yes, Presidential Food Committee Chairman, I posted your presentation on the member general platform, so everybody can open it on their phone and go through.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, distinguished Vice Chairman. I think Dr. Adedeji was online. If he stepped out, but let me thank you for your presentation. You forgot Mrs. Alaja Titi Akimbayo. She's also one of the patrons to be inaugurated tomorrow on that day. Yes, let me just portray a bit of what the chairman of the committee have just said before we can take questions. Because we want people to contribute on this subject matter. It's for all of us. The president's visit, it's an annual event. We had one. Anyway, we had one last year. We've not had president visits for like 2 years, and then we had one last time. We had the privilege of the president this time also giving us a date to visit us, which is 24th. And it, like he said, like the chairman said, it's a double barrel event, because on that day we reached out to some distinguished members of our society within our catchment area and request them to be a patron of the district. Up till now, we had only one, which is the Oniru of Iru land, who is our grand patron. And of course, if there is a grand patron, there must be other patrons. So the ESCO thought it wise to get other patrons to join in the frail. So, and we reached out to quite a number of persons, and these 6 persons accepted our offer, and they've been very supportive in seeing this program through. So it's our program. It's not the program of the ESCO, it's the program of the district. And the patrons that we're having today are members that will provide long-term service, long-term value to the district. So even after this current ESCO, everybody in the ESCO has left, more of you will be in the ESCO, and you also enjoy their whatever goodwill they are coming with. They are men that have shown capacity to support us, and so we must not let them down. Our time is short, very, very short. As a matter of fact, the festivity took a number of days from us. It's not an excuse, but it's very short. Of course, we mentioned this during our last party. So the chairman has ruled out the funding, the opportunities available. We appeal to you to, first of all, put your congratulatory messages. We are printing a brochure, either in your personal name or your corporate name. Put it, let it be there to congratulate the president's visit, and then buy a ticket to attend the president's dinner. You know, that's the way you can support us. Then, more importantly, your companies, they can buy a half page, 1 page, full page to advertise their goods and services. If your companies, you can link us to people that will take up those sponsorship and then bring their goods and service and display at the venue of the event of the event and get the mileage. Each of these patrons are coming with at least 10 members of either their close family, their business associate. So, like the chairman said, you can see the network of projects available on this occasion, on this function. So we are depending on you. We want you from this night to start reaching out to us on those areas, on those issues. Those you want to put your advert, you want to whatever thing, you want to get a letter to come to sponsor or to put your adverts. I'm available 24/7. If you send your any request now, you get the letter to either your WhatsApp or your mail ASAP, so that we can get this thing done by Wednesday next week. Wednesday next week, we are going to the press to start printing the brochure. So a stage in time saves 9. And then, more importantly, we are still looking at organizations to visit. As it is right now, we only have 1 confirmed organization, and we cannot just take him to only 1 place. At least we need 4 places. So if you have any, if you want the president to visit your company, please let us know. You have link to any company, you have link to anybody, either in the bank. If you have maybe you're auditor to a bank, you are consultant to a bank, please let us just save our face, because our time is short. Let's save our face and let the president have a good visit, more than what we had last year. The last visit was excellent, wonderful. So I think we can do better, even with, no matter how short the time is, and it depends on you. We're counting on you. We're looking up to you. Just as you rose to the occasion when we needed support for the Catch Them Young, I think you can also raise to the occasion at this point and support your district for us to have a wonderful presidential visit that will stand out and last for a long while in our minds and in our hearts. Thank you very much. We'll take comments from people who was coming to make. Thank you. Please, let's make comment and as fast as we can, please. Everybody, please. Yes, Mr. Fela, go on, sir.
Sorry, good evening. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
So we can hear you.
Okay, and others too. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, particularly the committee chairman, that's the vice chairman. I have I want to seek certain clarification. When the committee chairman was speaking, he said, when he was talking about the patrons, he said identified. And the next point we had was, they were to be invested during the presidential dinner. So I want to kind of get that clear. Were they identified or have been appointed? That is one. The second thing I want to clear here also is that, look, have we really laid down rules or a process for the appointment of patrons? I'm sorry, I have not been involved in a few of our meetings, so I don't know whether, and I am not too sure I have followed some of the minutes of the meetings. I don't know whether these issues were at any point in time tabled before members maybe whether members were either asked or requested to nominate to the ESCO or to nominate for the purpose of appointment of patron. Why am I saying this? I know a grand patron was appointed at a point in time. There's actually nothing like grand patron in our bylaw, but we have done it. So be it. But this issue of patron, if we are not just going to be inundated with several patrons that we will not be able to kind of identify, I think we need to set a rule for it. Beyond that, I think it's also important for members to be appraised of what contributions, what were those things that these people that we are appointing as patrons, what has been their contribution to the district that qualifies them to be appointed as patron of the district. I'm sorry if that will not, if you will take the last one, are they all members of the institute? Thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for your question. You know, in the process of the appointment of these people as patrons that will be that will be having the investiture on the 24th. The first process was to identify. The second is to meet with them, and then the third was the acceptance by them that they will want to be our patrons, and then the appointment. And the other aspect of the contributions of these people, I would want the chairman to speak on that, because I know all of them have actually been contributing and are actually contributing right now to everything that is going on in our district. And then the chairman will also take the last one. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, the distinguished past chairman. With the appointment, yeah, it was part of the ESCO's agenda for the district in this chairmanship year, which was discussed during our retreat, and the appointment was and the identification was done in the ESCO by the ESCO, and appointment done by the ESCO. No, nomination done and sent, and the persons we identified, just like the vice chairman said, who we find have had value in time past towards the affairs of the district, and also in subsequent we also looked at subsequent contributions towards the district. Of all the persons that we appointed, only one is not a member of the district. Okay, no, two, but the second one is a chartered accountant. That's Mr. Ganiyu. He's a chartered accountant, but not a member of our district. And Mr. Bray, who is the MD of Linkage, he is not an chartered accountant, neither a member of the district, but has, in fact, has contributed so tremendously to the progress of the district. So we felt it's somebody that we need at most point in time. Mr. Pastor Itwa is a member of the district. Mrs. Akimbayo is a member of the district. Alaja Akimbayo, Mr. Yakpata is a member of the district. So that is to that. So we believe that these are persons that will have that is giving us value and will also give more value in time to come. As for the number, well, that is depend on any ESCO year to think if they want to expand or they want to. As at now, there is no limitation, there is no restriction from that. We draw this based on the fact that, like I always say, there is a very healthy competition going among these societies today. The dynamics have changed so much that every district is now looking for ways to improve their capacity and to open up their space. And so this is, let me say, the inting now among these societies. And so we are now, we're having latecomers into it, but it's better late than never. So we believe that whoever that is the ESCO has identified us and have accepted. Others, we sent to some, we even wanted people from the media to be part of it, even people, somebody from the government circle, but we didn't get positive results from there. So we make do what we have. It's better late than never. We're just starting up, and we believe that these persons that we saw appointed for the district will add value to the district, present value and future value to the district.
Chairman, sir.
Go on, sir.
My chairman.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go on, sir.
Can I have a follow-up comment, please?
Sure,
grant me that indulgence.
Oh, sure, sure.
Okay, please. I want to. Yeah, this deed has been done, and we wouldn't want to embarrass ourselves. But I want to plead that this district we should have a rule for the appointment of patrons. It was not just because the past administration didn't want to appoint, what's the name called, patrons, but it was because care was being taken. Certain names would have been taken before. Our institute has so much to protect, and we needed to be extremely very careful in some of the steps that we take. One, let me say this, there should be a rule that we should all contribute to, and it should be very clear. There is nothing stopping the district, just like the institute does, from giving people a merit award, giving them a recognition for their contribution to our district, not necessarily as a patron. A non to me is something we need to critically look at. I have no problems with some names that we have, but I think on a very strong note, we need to have a rule for the appointment of patrons. We also need a situation where members need to be told in advance before people are so appointed. That's just a submission for the ESCO and for the whole house to consider. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Your position is valid and well noted. Thank you so very much for your kind support and consideration all the time. Thank you. It is good for we will have those will be considered in any future discussions, and whatever new ESCO is coming, they will see that too. Thank you very much, sir. More comments, please. Yes, Joseph, sir. Go on.
Yeah, good evening, Chairman. Good evening, professional colleagues. My name is Joseph Okonkwo, number 8644. Why I want to speak is just that it should not be seen as though it's only one man's voice. That is considering the contributions of Mr. Kola Olaito. Although, Chairman, we've already accepted of his state, but for record purposes, let me just restate what is done, what is said, which is the importance of having a laid down criteria of a laid down criteria for Hello?
Go on.
All right. I said it's just for record purposes. Let it not be just one man's contribution anyway. We need criteria. We need to bring it before members and they accept those people. And I would have supposed that it's only chartered accountant that should have been our patron. But of course, we cannot embarrass those already appointed. So we go ahead and do the investiture. But in future, let us put these things in order. And of course, with members approving those people before they are communicated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. But you didn't speak to the event. The event is very important at this point. Let's go on. Speak to the event. Okay, you're even a member of the committee.
Okay. Yes. Speaking to the event, first of all, I apologize for my lateness. I may not know precisely where you were when I came in, but I'm happy to state that the committee has been working and it may have been reported anyway. It's just for all hands to be on deck to make it a success because it is a very important program for our district. Having two occasions put together in one, the presidential visit and the investiture. And our district is such a prominent one that can boast of men and women of timber and caliber. Therefore, we should reach out to organizations within our district or even outside that can be of help. And we should contribute in whichever way we can to ensure that it's success. What we need includes sponsorship, advertisement in our brochure. For sponsorship, I believe it's been outlined here. If not, maybe someone else will state it. And of course, our participation. We can pay for ourselves with our spouse or our friends to attend the event for the dinner with the president. I may be jumping because I said I wasn't there from the beginning, but I believe all these may have been chronicled. My own is to call on every member to render support for a befitting, successful event. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Are we in this meeting at all? Everybody is quiet.
We are waiting on you.
No.
There are no reactions anymore.
Yeah, no more reactions. Please, we need reactions.
Hello, Chairman. The last time I spoke, I could see there's a comment by a member asking that I increase my voice. Probably the device I used may have been put on low volume. I don't know whether it's better now.
It's better now.
So I see. Apologies, but I've finished speaking. The last I said was to call on members to please contribute to the success of the occasion we have in hand in any way possible, which may have been reeled out here. Thank you.
Thank you.
So who has information as to where the president can visit? Anybody? Who could help us out in this regard? We've had a few places, we've had a few offers.
May I come in, Chairman? May I come in, Chairman?
Hello? Yes, go on.
Okay. I thought probably the chairman of the committee may have to brief the body on the organizations penciled down by the committee, probably the ones we've been able to firm up with and the ones yet to be firmed up with, so that members wishing to make suggestions, we know the ones we've got and the ones when they are suggesting any other place. Thank you.
Like I said, as it is now, at present, it's only one confirmation we have, which is Cornerstone Insurance.
Okay. The other two places that we had in mind is First Bank and CWC, but they are yet to confirm to us that we can bring, we can take our president down there. 3 will be okay for the day, so that it doesn't look clumsy. But as at the moment, we have 1. So 2 is actually what we are looking for.
2 confirmed, yes, 2 confirmed places, at least 2.
Any update on Total and on First Bank?
Hello, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Dr. Olumide. And sorry, Dr. Awobotu.
Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to suggest that in coming up with these names, we also need to put into consideration the places the president had earlier visited in this presidential year, so that it shouldn't be too much a burden on the organization, hosting the president at one time and hosting him a second time. So I want to strongly recommend and suggest that while coming up with these names of organization, we should also liaise with the office of the president to be sure that the president has not earlier visited these offices before now. And I also want to say that where the chairman of the district had visited an entity before now, in my personal opinion, I don't think we should go back there again, because hosting the president and hosting the chairman in the same presidential year might be too much a bother, except where the organization feels comfortable hosting both heads. That's just what I thought you should put into consideration. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. That is heavily that is part of this. That's why we are totally at a bit of dilemma right now, where we can have, because not because we don't have so many organizations that we could reach out to, but because either in the last year the last president has visited that organization, so we felt he cannot go back there this year and all whatnot. So these are some of the dynamics that we also. So if we have, that's why we're open to members that think that president can visit their organization that he has not visited, and see how we can take it from there. So that's why we are open to everybody. Yeah, somebody was trying to speak. Please, let's speak so we can because this last meeting will happen before the event, and I will know people
Chairman.
hardly read. Go ahead, sir.
Now, please, which of the First Bank are we dealing with? First Bank Holding or First Bank itself?
First Bank itself. I think the letter was sent to First Bank itself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me try and see whether the holding can also accommodate, but I will have to get back to you on that. Please give me till Monday.
I'll be very grateful, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
I'll be talking about the holding now, not First Bank.
We understand, sir.
Yeah, we understand. Okay. Anyone, just as long as we get a bank.
I'll follow up with you, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Sir?
Now that we're mentioning First Bank, I will recommend that you talk to Folashade Femilawa to perfect that appointment.
Yeah, she connected me to it. She's been in the know. I have spoken to her on this.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
You can also help me learn the voice. You can help me learn the voice, sir. So that based on their plan, let her see how it can be made much possible.
All right, no problem. All right.
Thank you. Please, some other discussion, please.
Hello, Chama. On First Bank, I don't know if we are talking to Wale. Recently, a friend and a member of our district that was recently appointed executive director.
So unfortunately, I don't know him, so you can help us.
That is Wale Aribi. He's the person I want to talk to.
Okay, all right.
Okay, okay.
And I remember,
yeah, we can also put the word.
I remember recommending that the letter be written to him. I don't know whether we. Sorry, IPC. I want to hear you.
Yes, sir.
No, you were saying something.
I said,
go ahead.
I said, if you are talking to him, I can one-on-one also be able to reach out to him. No problem. You can go ahead and reach out to him, sir.
Yeah, if you also know him, you can also talk to him.
Yes, I know him. I mean, it's the friend.
Yeah, okay, it's all right. I will be talking to him anyway.
Also,
okay,
so a chairman will be talking. There's another organization, APS, that we visited before. I'll reach out to. I'll check if the president has visited them this year, and if they have not, I'll reach out to them. But let me confirm first.
Okay, that would be fine. That would be appreciated. Thank you very much, IPC. Thank you. Any other discussions? Who are those who want to put adverts and the congratulatory messages for the president in the brochure? Who are those who want to, your business, your small firm, your practicing firm, your personal name? Let's do something for this, for the president, it's for the district. It's for the district, it's for the president. While we know that the organizations that their MDs or who are to be invested as patron are going to do their own bits, quite substantial bits. Let's also do our own, and more importantly, people should try and attend the dinner with the president. It's everywhere. I mean, every district everywhere they hold dinners. It's always not free. You pay something. Every district holds dinner now. I can tell you for free. Every district have either their year dinner or whatever, and it's paid for. So, and we are charging. We looked at the time, and the committee looked at the time and the time we are in, and how urgent it is. That's why we just say 10,000 naira for the dinner ticket with the president. I think I see Dr. Adedeji. Dr. Adedeji, you are supposed to make a presentation of the publicity area. Can you speak now? I can see you. Are back. Dr. Adedeji, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, sir. At the meeting that we held, we wanted to confirm the status of the venue of the dinner before we launch out with our publicity material that have been prepared already. And that was the decision agreed that we should hold on until the venue is affirmed and confirmed before we launch out, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you also talk about the fundraising aspects.
That was covered by the vice chairman presentation. I'm thank you, sir.
Okay. Let me call on the chairman of the fundraising subcommittee, Mr. Mewat Tidalai, to say something too.
Thank you, my chairman, and good evening to everyone. Happy and wishing you a prosperous new year. Of course, just like we have discussed earlier, this event is staring us at the face now, and we need funds to be able to execute. Sorry, there's a note from somebody's background. Hello. Okay, thank you. I think the noise has been reduced now. So I just want to use this medium to appeal to all members to support us in this regard. hosting the president and of course conferment of the patron award to, patronship to some of our patrons is a very big event. And we've been running around to be able to raise funds to fund the occasion. A letter is ready. What we are pleading for is that, please, if you know that the organization can support us in one way or the other, no matter how small it is, let us know so that we can address the letter to the organization, and then you can help us follow up to ensure the organization make contribution towards the event. Just like as the chairman of the presidential visit has explained, which is also the vice chairman of the district, there are different categories, which includes the adverts and even sponsorship. So all I just have to say here is to again appeal to us. It is our event, and the success of that event lies in our hand. So I want to passionately appeal to every one of us here in this meeting. Let us contribute our quota. Let us ensure the district is able to host the president in at least in a commendable way that can give him a memorable event. So that would be my appeal, the district chairman. Again, like we said, there are also opportunities to buy tickets to attend the dinner, either yourself or with your wife, which is 15,000. Individual is 10,000. Guest is also 10,000. But as a spouse, is 15,000. So all I can do here is to passionately appeal to every member. Let us support the district so that we can have a memorable event. Thank you very much. And like we said, if you want the organization, if you want the letter to be addressed to your organization, please just privately chat any of us, the district chairman, the vice chairman, and any other officials of the district. And the letter will be delivered so that you can follow up with the organization. And of course, to equally, apart from, in addition to the advert, is also the role of a sponsorship, which will actually bring in money to the district. Thank you very much, sir. And
thank you very much. Any other person to say? Okay, I think we have a good discussion on this, and my belief is that you have supported the district very much. We are almost 90-something on this in this meeting, and although a lot of people have dropped out, the way you have supported the district and the way you are interested, please let's not allow this to slip by. The information will be posted on the platforms. Please let's not ignore them, and let's see what we can do to host the president and to have a memorable district event. Just like we had the party, let's also hope that we'll have a memorable district event. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda. Okay, Fumi Oduaye. Okay, sorry, I didn't see Fumi there. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening, professional colleagues, and good evening, Chairman. So before you round up on the stewardship report, you did mention the fact that they catch them young. We had it between the last minute and so that it can be properly captured in today's meeting. Catch them young that we had in early December. So that's my just to remind.
Oh, yes, I spoke to that. I remember I spoke to that, but I think the report was given. Oh, okay. They were. Oh, sorry. The report was. It happened in November. It happened in November. Yes. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I think I'm so sorry. I thought we had given that report in the meeting. The next meeting we had was the party. Oh yes, it happened in November after our meeting and after many people contributed. Let me call on so to that effect. Anyway, we've rounded up on the presidential visit. So but please, before I go to the next, let me call on the DVC, who was the chairman of that Catch Them Young committee. I'm deeply sorry it's my bad to just give a brief report on that last enviable outing that we had.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year again. I want to say a big thank you on behalf of the ESCO to everyone who contributed financially and morally to the success of the Catch Them Young program. I'll just summarize. I pray for your indulgence to simply summarize while I'll leave the Secretariat to post the report, the detailed report on the platform subsequently. The meeting held on Thursday, 24th of November at Dolphin Senior High School at St. Xavier Street, Lagos Island. We had quite a number of people in attendance. 12 members of our district society were in attendance, where in total we had 198 people with the students from 10 schools being represented. And we had the feedback from that was that the Lagos State education district actually wanted a repeat or continuous a repeat of the event, which was like an eye-opener. The winner of that school, of that competition, is expected to be representing, to be moving on to the next level, hopefully at the zonal conference. Hopefully, the name of the school that won will be sent to them. I'm trying to remember to write the name of the school, but I like to say that PwC was on hand. They gave us some, donated some packs for the students, so 200 souvenirs with bags, while the institute also gave us 150 notebooks, pen and bags for those who came. We didn't just talk to them, we had fun, we fed, and everybody was quite happy. In all, we had a total donation from members. Sorry, I'm trying to get that. I wasn't prepared for this because I thought we had actually, okay. The total of 590,000 naira was spent, as against our budget of 400,000 naira. You know that everything went skyrocketing, and we had more than we actually anticipated. So, but that is not a big problem. Whereas we had a total of, I'm sorry, just about 400,000 naira was donated. I'll read this. I didn't. We had 50,000 naira from Mr. Glory, Mr. Yusuf Lawal, 100,000 naira, Joseph Okonkwo, 20,000 naira, Dale Kusonya, 10,000, Giwan Najim, 5,000 naira, Mr. Kunde Okwefa, 200,000 naira, Mr. Emmanuel Utitolaye, 50,000, Otwabasi, 50,000, and Dr. Lumide Adedeji, 100,000 naira. That's what we had in all, and the total sum of 590,000 naira was spent on that. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Deputy Vice Chairman. Like I said, let me also apologize sincerely. Thanks you, Mrs. Sodwe, for reminding me. I had thought we had taken this report in the previous meeting. Let me thank especially those who donated to this cause. At some point, we thought the institute was supposed to sponsor it, but we got to know that they now do it once in 2 years. Sponsorship, which is supposed to be 500,000. So we ran to you, and you were there to bail us out. So let me thank you once again, and so much. God bless you all for those who bailed us out, and for the committee that worked hard. Like the DV said, it was an eye-opener to the Lagos Educational District. As a matter of fact, the students were so glad, and they now saw the need. So those of them who are in SS3, they are. In fact, my phone has been. They've always called me to ask how they will start writing ATS. So we need to do something beyond this for them, so that we'll have more disciples that we're going to mentor. The institute is serious about carrying them young, and part of this society assessment is how many students, how many people you retain after carrying them young, and those you make to register and start writing the ATS exam. So the institute is part of our assessment criteria, and we will not let them down. We will not let the investment that has gone to this one down. PwC was really, really. In fact, we visited PwC. I think 2 days to the to that event. That's the day with the PwC. I can't remember that 2 days or thereabout. And we just made a simple request, and they just accepted it immediately, and surprised us with wonderful gift for the kids and physical presence of one of their partners and their partner and other members of the team, a whole team. So we had a wonderful outing, and that's the close of your district. So thank you so very much, everybody that was involved. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, please.
That is AOB, sir, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I think before AOB we'll have okay, AOB. Please, can it be displayed? Can the agenda be displayed? Okay, any other business? All right. Do anybody have anything on AOB before we go to new members? And I'm not sure there will be new member here since we are virtual, but in case there are, we will recognize them. Any member on AOB, can I see your hand up? We'll take 2 or 3. I promise that this meeting should not be more than 8 o'clock, but we're not 8:30. So anybody on AOB? Nobody has anything to say? Okay. Social Secretary, can you take us through the item 7, welcome of new members and bed recognition? Social Secretary, please. Hello.
I don't think the social secretary is online, but I'm aware that they have a video clip that speaks to the January celebrants. So the secretariat will play that right now.
Can we have it, please? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Are there any new members, those who have joined the meeting for the first time? Any new members, those who joined the district and are joining our meeting for the very first time? Any new member, can you raise your hand? Let's recognize you. This is your first time of being in our meeting. Okay, I can see a hand up. Can you introduce yourself? Bimbo Akimola Komolafe. Can you introduce yourself fully? Well, your full name, membership number, where you work, if you are available or not. Can we go on?
Thank you very much. My full name is Abimbola Joy Komolafe, FCA 6263. I work for myself. I run a foundation, and I teach financial education. Thank you very much. When you say available, I don't know what you mean by available. I live in Lagos.
Don't worry. That one is for physical meeting.
Availability does not apply to Bimbo.
That one is physical meeting. That one is physical meeting. Triple Hi, Chief. I know she's not available. Bimbo, you're not available. No problem. You're not available.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm confused, but I welcome myself, sir.
It's okay. You're not available.
Okay. All right.
Hi, Chief. Titus has bailed you out, so we know you're not available.
Oh, Chief, I didn't know you were online. All protocols observed, though, Chief.
Okay. You're welcome, Mrs. Komolafe. Thank you for joining us. Our district is big enough to accommodate you, and also very small to recognize you. Thank you for being part of us. We hope you will put at our disposal your skills and your plenty knowledge to make the district grow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Who else? Anybody again? Any new member? Okay. No new member. No more. No AOB. No new member. Well, this is some of the downsides of virtual meetings. Okay. Can we have? Can somebody move a motion to? Let me thank every member for. Madam Bimbo, can you put your hand down, please? Let me thank every member for their time in attending this meeting. We overshot our time by more than 35 minutes. But please, as we go, let's know that we'll have an event on the 24th, and we need your full support in all the areas that we have spoken to. We need your full support. We want you to support if you still have a place you want us to visit, please scratch your mind, talk to your friends. We have just 1 week and 3 days for this event to take place. We can achieve so much. And the funding, the advertisement, please, your personal businesses. I remember when we just talked about, and the least advertisement, I think the quarter page is, I think, 45,000. I knew when we talked about road safety, people were so interested, the money was just coming in anyhow, In fact, people were calling me and saying, I want to pay. I mean, this is time also for us to support the district in placing advert, congratulatory messages for our forthcoming events. Thank you so very much. The year has ended. This is a new year, and in this new year, your subscription is due. ICANN year runs from January to December, so your subscription is due. If you know you have anything to do with the district, with the institute, if you don't pay, you cannot do it. I discover to a very rude shock that we cannot even clear somebody because I have not paid my dues to the institute. This is January, and somebody wanted to be cleared, and we cannot clear the person. That's how serious the institute takes dues now. So and that cascade to the district. So if you want anything to be done for you, whatever it is, you must be financially up to date, both at the district and at the institute. So the institute is taking it very serious. And so our account numbers are displayed. Pay your subscription, and let's know that we are we are all clear to enjoy the full benefits of what the institute and the district has for every one of us. So that's just my humble appeal. So with that, what's the next slide? The next slide, please. The last slide. Okay, so can somebody move a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion to adjourn the meeting. No.
Hello, Chairman.
How we should stay?
Aye.
Yes.
Hello, Chairman. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Yes, there's a comment on the chat box. Someone who was not recognized in general. I think they should just apologize to him. Sunday Adioye sent a comment on the chat box that his birthday is January.
Oh, okay. Those pictures paraded are those having birthday in January 1. I think mine is not there. My birthday was there on 17. Sunday Adioye. Sunday Adioye, let me apologize on behalf of the social secretary and the ESCO. We are sorry. Maybe it's an omission, and I'm sure the social welfare secretary will take adequate note of that. I'm so sorry. The district is sorry to not to have had a picture published. Thank you. We are so sorry about that. Thank you very much. Motion for adjournment, please.
I move.
I don't know who is moving now.
Yeah, my name is Olushola Adebayo, MB 48553.
Seconded by
034243. I second.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Akinbumi Akinshola Akinde 034643 FCA. I second the motion for the movement of adjournment.
Is that Akinbumi Akinshola?
Yes, Akinbumi Akinshola Akinde FCA.
When I called you to give vote of thanks, you are not there to be found. Eh?
Sorry, sir, I was in a noisy place. Before I muted, you have called Madam Akimola. Sorry, sir.
You should have said that again before you give the motion. Anyway, your motion is carried. As my friend, I will have deleted your motion. But as my friend, I will carry it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's how you disappeared during the parade that day. And we are looking for who will shout, who share your money. Anyway, thank you very much for the motion. Can somebody give us a closing prayer? Closing prayer. Anybody, Muslim, Christian, anybody?
Let us pray. My name is Emmanuel Otitolayi.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Our Heavenly Father, we bless you. We thank you for the beginning of this meeting, even up to the end. We thank you, Lord God, for all the activities that the district has ahead, particularly the presidential visit. We thank you because you are going to make way where there is no way. You are going to help us to be able to have a wonderful event. And we also know that you will keep us alive, even to witness the next meeting. Father, Lord, concerning each and every member of this district, we pray you continue to keep us. Let no evil befall any, continue to strengthen our family and protect us. Even the general election coming the next month for the country, we also ask that you take absolute control and continue to protect and guide each and every one of us. For this and many more, we pray and ask for in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Sorry, just before we leave. Sorry, just before we leave, thank you. Just before we leave, I forgot this. The zonal conference is coming up. I think is it the 6th to when? And
February.
Yes, of February next month. Please register to attend. We are publishing it now on the platform. ICANN wants you to have MCP points. That is 16 MCP points, and it's just for 45,000 naira, and it's holding here in Lagos in Badagry. So please register to attend. Our next meeting will be physical. That will be the week after the meeting, and that will be even before the election. So it will be held before the election. But please, the zonal conference is important. District societies are assessed based on number of members that registered from the district, so we cannot be left behind. So let's participate in that conference. It's 45,000, where the advert is being posted, and I'm sure every day now the vice chairman will be posting it, being the member of the CPC from the district that is in the committee. So he will be posting it every day so that members will see it and attend. So please, let's make good use of it. Thank you very much, everybody. Good night and have a wonderful
Good
time.
night, all.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.